Gloria, I feel so much better. I feel so much better today. And it's not the drugs and it's not the weather. I just feel so much better today.
Y'all ready?
I've been asleep in the driver's seat. I've been lost in my head for weeks, trying to find what it is I need. Too goddamn tired to sleep. And then there are other times I'm so aware that I lose my mind and never feel I could get enough. So high that I can't stand up. Oh, Gloria, I feel so much better. I feel so much better today. And it's not the drugs and it's not the weather.
Hey, y'all,
I
morning.
just feel so much better today. There are those who will never learn, who build a fire and can't stay warm. The only secret to make it through is to take what's in front of you. The fear of death and the thrill of speed, and all the lights in front of me. Drive to the coast of steel, faster till it disappears.
Going down today, guys.
Oh, Gloria, I feel so much better. I feel so much better today. And it's not the drugs and it's not the weather. I just feel so much better today. Oh, Gloria, I feel so much better. I feel so much better today. And it's not the drugs and it's
All right.
not the weather. I just feel so much better today.
In a bit.
I've been asleep in the driver's seat. I've been lost in my head for weeks, trying to find what it is I need. Too goddamn tired to sleep.
Hey, it's the Up Tuesdays here on Fire Radio. Y'all already know what it is. Today, we're talking tech. We're listening to some tunes. And we're going to kick off the day talking about Elon Musk building his supercomputer. I'm going to cite an article from 2021, September. And then we're going to talk about the recent developments that were reported yesterday. Also, with that being said, I noticed a XAI venture pop up 3 weeks ago from, hey, do you want to invest in this thing and get some shares? So I saw that a few weeks ago and I thought, that's funny. And I went to go look into it. I talked about it a few times on TikTok and a few of those communities out there. But today we're just going to do a full deep dive into Elon and his progress as to what X, guys, actually is supposed to be. I'm gonna give you some insider info, okay, on the visionary's vision that y'all may have lost, but some of us still kept silence on it because we was like, "What?" And he said that so long ago. So we'll get into it today. Also, all right, fun topic. I'm gonna talk to y'all and teach y'all about consensus mechanism protocols. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna teach you guys today about consensus mechanism protocols. Here's why. I figured maybe if I would teach you about a few of the protocols that you're using, like, right when you swipe your credit card or you're buying Bitcoin over chain, smart contract for that fun NFT you just bought, right? Like, if I told you a little bit of what those protocols were and how those actual consensus mechanisms work, operate, function, right? Function and execute, then maybe that would help you make a more informed decision, right? Because that's what it's all about, having the information for you guys from infield so that you can know how to deal with DeFi, blockchain, cloud, AI, and more. So today we're going to kick it off and start with a great intro from More Perfect Union about the secret plan behind artificial intelligence. Now, all I know is when it comes down to Elon, his visions aren't small. Okay. So this first 30 minutes is definitely dedicated to him. Okay, I'm gonna do 15 on the video, 5-minute recap transition, then we're gonna go hard into the other articles and stuff I was saying. And then from there, switch on over to EDU side. But here's why. Y'all know I bridge things. I show it to you in live and color. So you can see it yourself and make the choice yourself, right? On what that is. So when you look at this today, let me know in the chat how you're really feeling about some of the comments that Elon makes towards other AI creators, and then the comments that Elon has made on his own previously before becoming this giant tech mogul that we know him as now, right? Abstract thoughts.
I'm about to say something that you would never expect to hear from More Perfect Union. Elon Musk is right about something.
Elon Musk is suing the maker of ChatGPT,
suing OpenAI for breach of contract by putting profit ahead of benefiting humanity.
Elon's lawsuit against OpenAI, the most recognizable developer of artificial intelligence, was big news. But when I heard it, I was a bit confused. When has Elon ever been against profit? So I dug in. I read and I watched far too much of these guys talking about AI.
I think that AI will be a technological revolution on the scale of the agricultural, the industrial, the computer revolution.
AI is about to revolutionize digital biology and genomics and transportation and retail.
Artificial intelligence, it is a renaissance.
This is a world-changing set of advances.
By the time these lawsuits are decided, we'll have digital God. So, digital God.
I noticed 3 things. That the rise of AI is inevitable, that it will change everything about our lives, and that there's a war brewing between a handful of billionaires to seize control of it. NVIDIA became one of the most valuable stocks of all time, producing chips at an over $3 trillion valuation based on its AI work. And OpenAI tripled in value in just 10 months. But where do we, you and I, and everyone other than the dozen or so billionaires duking it out for control fit in? We're already seeing plans to replace human nurses with AI. Media magnates killing jobs to focus on cost cutting with AI. AI-written drivel filling the internet, and AI that does karaoke for you. But let's look at the possible AI future through the rise of Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, and just one contender in the billionaire battle for the future. Sam Altman is the ruler of Silicon Valley startups, and that's not me saying that. He thinks that.
I think the president of YC is sort of the unofficial leader of the startup movement.
YC is Y Combinator, a significant venture capital firm and tech incubator that Altman ran from 2014 to 2019. He'd originally connected with YC in 2008, when the firm funded his app, Looped, when he was 19 years old and wore 2 popped collars. Looped was a common Silicon Valley story. They raised a ton of money, gathered a bunch of data, and got in trouble for texting everyone in your phone when you downloaded the app. Altman sold the company and it all but disappeared. Altman landed at Y Combinator, where he rose to president in 2 years. Under Altman's leadership, Y Combinator invested in massive companies most people have heard of, like Reddit, Airbnb, Coinbase, Dropbox, Stripe, Twitch, DoorDash, and Instacart. In a lecture to Stanford computer science students on startups, Altman quoted Peter Thiel's advice.
As Peter Thiel is going to discuss in the 5th class, you want an idea that turns into a monopoly. But you can't get a monopoly in a big market right away. You have to find a small market in which you can get a monopoly and then quickly expand.
Quick expansion is an inherent part of the way venture capital funded tech runs today. This is Tim O'Reilly. He's been in tech forever. And if you know phrases like open source or Web 2.0, it's because he popularized them.
One of the big problems with today's Silicon Valley is that it no longer really supports free market competition. Early days of VC, you were really talking about funding insurgent companies that had an experimental idea. Most companies didn't actually raise massive amounts of capital.
But at some point, that changed.
But then you fast forward to 2010, in the wake of the super low interest rates, there's all this cheap capital, and companies are just buying market share. And I call this the Uber problem. We didn't see real competition with different business models, different pricing. We saw 2 heavily capitalized companies driving everybody else out of business.
By growing rapidly with a bunch of capital, Uber created an ecosystem where if you want a cab, you need to use Uber. The old system of car services was pretty much pushed out of existence. Uber is not an Altman company, but DoorDash, Airbnb, and other companies that used similar strategies totally are. In 2015, we get our first hint of OpenAI.
I actually just agreed to fund a company that is not even really a company, sort of a semi-company, semi-nonprofit, doing AI safety research.
OpenAI is announced as not a company, but a nonprofit focused on AI safety, funded and supported by Y Combinator, Elon Musk, Reid Hoffman, the LinkedIn guy, Peter Thiel, Amazon.
I'm going to just highlight, in case you missed it, non-profits. Non-profit. They making all the full profit.
Amazon and Infosys. Basically a who's who of the people who built the broken tech infrastructure of today. The stated goal of OpenAI was to advance digital intelligence in the way that is most likely to benefit humanity as a whole, with no shareholders to be beholden to.
We wanted to build this with humanity's best interest at heart.
That doesn't sound too bad, right? A groundbreaking new technology, its power available to all without any responsibility to shareholders? But let's dig a little deeper. They say they want to make the world better and do it safely, but what does that mean to them? Most of what Altman talks about in regards to what OpenAI's products can do seems to center on productivity, efficiency, and margin boosting.
Our ability to have amazing ideas for our children to teach themselves more than ever before, for people to be more productive.
How does that make life better for the rest of us? Well, Altman claims to have the answer. In his essay, Moore's Law for Everything, he explains it would require simply changing the entire economic system. Altman claims AI would drive down labor costs, so everything would get cheaper. And the lost jobs would be offset by a universal basic income coming from corporate and property tax rates.
So tell me what 2 red flags you just heard from that. I'll wait. I'm literally gonna wait this time. Because I know you smart enough to have heard 2 things that's wrong with this sentence. You know, I ain't gonna look at somebody and find 5 things wrong with them on site. That's pretty much how I was when I heard his comments. I immediately found way too many things wrong with that. One of them being to offset the loss of jobs, universal. I'm not gonna say the rest, but you know what? Mm, mm, mm.
With no other taxes, which sounds great, maybe. But how true is that? Would corporations see falling labor costs and reduce prices, or just keep the profits for themselves? Would a flat tax and UBI mean more money for working people, or more tax cheating by the rich and social service cuts for everyone else? And there's a running theme through all of what Altman says, the inevitability and the danger of artificial intelligence. Listen to this clip.
I think AI will probably, most likely, sort of lead to the end of the world.
People like Altman benefit from the narrative that AI is this big, scary thing, even as they're the ones trying to build and profit from it. Here's Tim O'Reilly again.
It feels a little bit like a kind of misdirection. They're basically calling for a kind of regulation of an extreme risk to avoid the regulation of the many proximate harms we can see today. If they were really afraid of it, they would stop doing their research. Instead, they're racing to accelerate it so they can get a monopoly. It's a lot like the famous line from The Wizard of Oz: pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And a lot of what I have spent my time in talking about AI regulation is this: there is a man behind the curtain, or a series of men who are making decisions for their business advantage. And those are the things that we need to be regulating. Why are they moving fast to break things?
All right, so real quick. These are people who ain't never had their behind whooped. I'm going to say it again. They ain't never had a hand on their rear, a belt, a shoe, a flip-flop. They never had their butt tagged. You know, out of all of these people who did have their butt tagged, Jeff Bezos. That's why Jeff Bezos, to me, is the actual Lex Luthor out of this situation of supervillains and friends, as they like to refer to themselves. Okay? You could tell because of the morality. You have people that build great products and they have 100% ethics, moralities, and standards behind it. And then you have other people that build great products and they are literally only thinking about themselves and using sleight of hand to confuse you and control your senses. Moving on.
I mean, in the Altman clip from before, where he says the world ending thing, he literally says this right after.
I think AI will probably, most likely, sort of lead to the end of the world. But in the meantime, there will be great companies created with serious machine learning.
Companies. See, it's right back to profit. But hold on, isn't OpenAI a non-profit? Not anymore. Just 3 years after the founding of OpenAI, they transitioned to something they're calling mixed profit.
To do what we needed to go do, we had tried and failed enough to raise the money as a nonprofit. We didn't see a path forward there. So we needed some of the benefits of capitalism, but not too much.
And the new board of OpenAI is rife with the profiteers who've been extracting value from working people for decades. They're also not open. None of this stuff is just simply available. Sure, an old version of ChatGPT is free and kind of fun sometimes. But OpenAI's real product is enterprise software, doing partnerships with other giant tech companies, and loads of stuff we don't even know about, defense contracts included. OpenAI has a product to sell, a product they see as having inevitable, near-universal proliferation, which is a pretty damn good business plan, but it's dangerous for the rest of us. Remember what Tim O'Reilly said about the Uber problem. Here's how it applies to AI.
All of the smaller AI firms are already starting to fold because there are a couple in the form of OpenAI and Anthropic that are incredibly heavily funded, that have tens of billions of dollars of capital. And we don't know that they're the best companies. We just know that they're the ones that big investors picked up early. And so we have a defective kind of market where if you really believe in the wisdom of millions of people making independent decisions based on optimal information to kind of work this free magic market. We don't have that we have a central committee of deep-pocketed investors.
It all illuminates Elon's lawsuit against OpenAI when he and Altman had once been such good friends.
I'm looking for a new video game play. Can you give me a recommendation? Overwatch. I play Overwatch. Yeah, that's great. Else?
I named it OpenAI after open source. It is in fact closed source. It should be renamed Super Closed Source for Maximum Profit AI.
But he has his own for sale, for profit AI that he wants to be predominant. He made it open source in a seemingly empty gesture, but meanwhile, NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Google all want to take control of the tech that will change our future and destroy our jobs. It doesn't matter that these guys say they're doing it for good. It matters what they are actually doing. Look at the dawn of the internet itself, or Web 2.0. That's social media and user-generated content. All of that seemed great. And yeah, the modern internet has obviously had a lot of clear benefits, but it was also pretty quickly ruined by giant corporations and profit motive. We're already starting to see effects of the AI power grab. NVIDIA, the main producer of the chips used for AI, is partnering with a company that wants to replace nurses with an AI that costs $9 an hour. Look at anything from the history of the American medicine industry. Will a new low-cost tool actually help patients or just pad investor pockets? Companies are using AI to do job interviews, and it's shutting out applicants unfairly. And on a simply annoying level, they're spitting out content that's making the internet even more unusable than it already was. AI-generated LinkedIn comments? Why don't you just not post anything if you don't have anything to say? So, what are we gonna do about this? Well, let's turn to Sam Altman for advice. He has what he calls the more good guys than bad guys approach. He wrote in that Moore's Law essay, "There are bad humans, but all humans are within a magnitude are as powerful as one another. And the good humans band together to stop the bad humans." It's been that way through all of history so far. What if the bad humans are actually the people building the system? One built entirely on fast profits and a monopoly, advancing as quickly as possible. Then we need more good guys, and we've got them. They're like 12 people. What if we all stand up and say no? When electricity was first becoming widespread, it was still dangerous for the low-paid workers who were setting up the systems. But those workers stood together and formed the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, that's the electricians union, to demand safer jobs and better wages. It worked, and it didn't hamper progress. We clearly have electricity today, right? That same concept applies to AI too. Remember the writers' strike? The Screenwriters Guild stood up and said no to AI taking their jobs. Senator Bernie Sanders just introduced legislation for a shorter work week.
Do we continue the trend that technology only benefits the people on top, or do we demand that these transformational changes benefit working people? And one of the benefits must be a lower work week.
If AI is going to make workers more productive and labor cheaper, workers should be able to take advantage of it. AI cannot exist without being trained on all that humanity has done before. That's literally how ChatGPT, the way most people interact with AI, was built.
Keep in mind, what he just said was so true that you have to train it on all of humanity, which often does not happen. But the idea that the tools can go and scrape things just autonomously and some of them be nefarious or malicious is crazy.
By reading a bunch of stuff online and then synthesizing it so it can talk. If all of this is built on the labor of all of humanity, then it should be all of humanity that benefits. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support more human-written, human-edited, human-shot videos like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Let me know how y'all feeling, man. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me in the comments on YouTube.
Those who are living in...
Look, we about to get to the next part. I hope you can see the pattern. Okay. Just I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna go off on nobody this morning. I'm working on myself, y'all. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm. This is Matron J, new communications officer, being calm on this Tour Up Tuesday. Waking up hearing about the supercomputer that Elon has built and is almost ready, and Elon is going off on Sam Altman. So it's interesting, the narrative, right? Because you know, as he just threw out there, we got some good guys and we got some bad guys. Who's who? 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 Who's who? Can you tell me? Because the way things are looking, um, hmm, the way I just watched them fire people from November to March and call it a restructuring. The speed at which I saw them trying to replace half of the actors and voice actors in Hollywood. The amount of jobs that have also seen posted by AI, which just include flat out biases that said white male. Because that's what the AI, it gave it the requirements. The AI said, "Oh, you're looking for a white man. Wow." And then it made the job posting and posted it online. And now that company's in trouble from the Department of Labor. It's not even a joke. It just happened last week. I wish I was making it up. I do. But I'm not. And because of that, this is why we're having the conversations we're having, right? What is it that we're going to do? Say works for us and doesn't work for us when it comes to AI. I don't know. You let me know your thoughts. I'm about to throw you a song and get that video up of Elon Musk commenting on the Sam Altman debacle. And now we're going to Elon Musk's supercomputer. Is that a
In the midnight rain, who knew that with a goodbye kiss that my heart would freeze? Just a shadow, just an echo, just a memory. I don't know what he's got that I don't. I just wanna call you, but I won't. And I know we moved out, but I never moved on. So I drive all night, but still the truth is none of these streets lead back to you. Yeah, I drive all night, but still the truth is none of these streets lead back to you. You think of me when he makes you laugh. Does he capture you the way I could in photographs? Should I shut my mouth and turn on the light? Pour out something strong and drink you all tonight. But you slipped away in the midnight rain. And you knew that with that goodbye kiss that my heart would freeze. In the shadow, in the echo, in the memory. I don't know what he's got that I don't. I just wanna call you, but I won't. I know we moved on, but I never moved on. So I tried all night, but still the truth is none of these streets lead back to you.
I had no clue you couldn't hear me. Hold on. Back to you.
Yeah, I drive all night, but still the truth is none of these streets lead back to you.
Can you hear me now?
And a warning from Tesla Motors CEO Elon Musk. It has nothing to do with cars. Instead, Musk warns about artificial intelligence, which he has called more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Musk spoke at a symposium at MIT.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.
I take it there will be no HAL 9000 going up to Mars.
HAL 9000 would be easy. It's way more complex than, I mean, it would put HAL 9000 to shame. Yeah. Sounds like a puppy dog.
So we got one AI creator saying it's the digital god. Oh my god. And we got the other one saying there's a demon, bro. It's a whole demon out there. It's just the idea of the toddlers that we're allowing to bring these things into existence without actual proper regulation or say from us. And then we're the ones that's going to be affected by it. So with that being said, perfect segue. Let's talk about Elon Musk's supercomputer. In 2021, Tesla Dojo supercomputer was announced with fanfare and a specific use case in mind. But how does it stack up against other high-performance computers? Will Dojo constitute a step forward for the HPC industry, that's high-performance computers, and for Tesla's own automotive AI pursuits? Elon Musk has been hitting for a couple of years that they were developing their supercomputer at Tesla's AI Day. Tesla announced the arrival of Dojo, its supercomputer designed entirely in-house. In-house. Okay. Put a pin in that. Dojo is a supercomputer by virtue of its complexity and speed, but differs from other supercomputers in quite a few ways. But it's not technically a supercomputer yet because it hasn't been entirely built out. Tesla's senior director of autopilot hardware, Ganesh, is the head of the project and was the point person for the presentation. The heart of the design is the Dojo D1 chip. Anybody know what that D means? Is it Dojo or does it mean something else? Which provides stunning bandwidth and compute performance. Tesla found existing computer platforms lacking for their primary problem to solve, developing self-driving technology by training its massive neural networks. But they also hinted that they might provide Dojo to other developing AI in the near future. Tesla's motivation for Dojo springs from its massive amount of video data captured from over their large fleet of existing vehicles, which it uses to train its neural nets. Tesla was not satisfied with the HPC's options for training its computer's vision neural nets and decided they could create a better platform. It's unusual for a supercomputer to be designed for just one problem. Whether it's designed in general purpose enough to be suitable for other industries and applications, time will tell if it can be used for different applications, particularly deep learning, optimization, simulation, and NLP, natural language processing. Existing supercomputers are more general purpose than Dojo and are optimized for very complex mathematical models of physical problems or designs, such as climate, cosmology, nuclear weapons and nuclear reactors, novel chemical and material compounds, support for pharmaceutical research and cryptology. You can read the rest on your own because it's citing some other stuff and we'll just give you a sweet recap history as to that, okay? Like supercomputer history, how you use it, how it's evolved in PlayStation stuff, and da 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 da. Tell you what, I'm about to tweet it out for you right now because I know there's about 3 or 4 of you over there on Twitter, and I appreciate all of y'all. Make sure y'all like, retweet, share the broadcast, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate everybody for watching. And I just dropped that on Twitter for you to continue to read. Why am I stopping the article there? Because it's 2024. Fast forward. That article I read you was from 2021. So we know good and darn well something has progressed in that time, right? So Elon Musk, the CEO of XAI, has announced its plans to build a massive supercomputer dubbed the Gigafactory of Compute to support his artificial startup. The supercomputer is expected to be operational by fall of 2025 and will incorporate 100,000 NVIDIA chips. The supercomputer will be at least 4 times the size of the biggest GPU clusters that exist today. It will also connect NVIDIA's flagship H100 graphics processing units. XAI claims to have the computer up and running by fall of 2025. The project may partner with Oracle to develop the massive computer. Now, here's what's wild. Their AI product, Grok, is already out. You're already using it if you're on Twitter. That's their first chatbot, right? Of course, the supercomputer is going to design and power that next iteration of Grok. And the project requires a massive amount of computer power to just train and run it. So, of course, the success can help with the AI as a whole, like the movement and the mobility, except for the fact that he built it in house, right? He said he might share what he built. He didn't say that he was. Now, with that being said, don't forget, Elon Musk sued Sam Altman. Elon Musk sued Sam Altman last year. Elon Musk sued Sam Altman again a few months ago. Something's going on there in the back chat that we don't know. Clearly, because you don't have him waste his time on you. Right? You doing something, you did something that he didn't like, and he's coming to bully you with all that money and swag behind him. Yes, says Elon. So yesterday it was announced that Elon Musk and NVIDIA official partnership. So they're officially in bed together now. And I want to show it to you here so you can see for yourself. Coming to you live from the field, bring it to you here first. See that? Oh, wrong one. Where is that? Here we go. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at Reuters. May 25th, 2024. 11:33 a.m. 3 days ago. We already know that this was going to happen, right? Why? Because we already knew from 2021. Oh, actually, we knew from 2019. Oh, wait, actually, 2017. We just weren't paying him any attention. We weren't paying him any attention at all. And now he's going to be the direct competition to who? Google, OpenAI, Microsoft. Which is why he just snatched the largest chip manufacturer, NVIDIA, and said, come be my chick. And she's not going to switch up. Because I got that good D100. D100, the chip. That was the name of the chip. So, why would you, hear me logically, before I show you this next visual, why would you, if you're a person who builds cars, okay, be involved in so many different things? Is it really just to fulfill the needs of what's going on internally so that you can streamline processes and efficiency for your customers without putting that extra burden on your customers? Or does Elon have a secret initiative too? Now, I'll say this. I don't think Elon's initiatives are secret. You know why? Because again, he told us exactly what he was going to do. We just were not paying attention. And then I saw it again 3 weeks ago on my phone when I got online. XAI shares. Invest in XAI now. Private seed B round. Shh. You can come invest right now for a light bag of 5,000. Invite only, sweetheart. Huh? what is this? Then I go look, and I said, oh, he did that thing that he said he was going to do. Interesting. So, Elon, my question to you is, with me looking at all of the pieces you set out on the chessboard, did everybody forget the fact that X is supposed to be a monetary system and app and a financial bank? I think they did. I think they did.
Like my prediction for AGI would roughly match that, which I think Rick as well at one point said 2029. That's roughly my guess too, give or take a year. So if it takes like an additional 6 months or 12 months for AGI, that's really not a big deal. If it's like spending a year to make sure AGI is safe, probably worthwhile. If that's what it takes. But I wouldn't expect it to be a substantial slowdown.
Elon Musk stuns everyone with his prediction that we will achieve full AGI by 2029. That's just 6 years away. While acknowledging the complexity of the task, he expresses confidence in the progress being made. Musk emphasizes the importance of maintaining safety and regulation in AGI development. He believes that healthy competition and collaboration among different entities will drive innovation and ensure responsible advancements in AGI technology. It's no secret that AI remains a complex and enigmatic domain, but Elon Musk's extensive involvement with the Tesla AI team has given him an inside look into the realities of real-world AI development. Speaking of Tesla AI, Elon Musk have discovered that in Tesla, they managed to figure out something key in AI development that many other people haven't, and they couldn't believe it when they figured it out.
I can't speak in too much detail about what Tesla's figured out, but except to say that in broad terms, the answer was much simpler than we thought. We were too dumb to realize how simple the answer was. But over time, we get a bit less dumb. So I think that's what we'll probably find out with AGI as well.
Elon Musk sheds light on an important realization within Tesla's journey. Sometimes the most significant breakthroughs come from simplifying complex problems. While he can't share specific details, Musk hints at a shift in perspective that could lead to profound advancements in AGI development. Elon Musk's prediction of AGI arriving by 2029 has been a topic of great interest and speculation. Now, let's compare his prediction to the insights provided by Ray Kurzweil. Ray Kurzweil, a highly respected futurist and inventor, has made groundbreaking predictions about the exponential growth of technology and its implications for artificial intelligence. His concept of the law of accelerating returns suggests that progress in technology is not linear but exponential, doubling in each interval. This concept has already been supported by empirical evidence in previous timelines. He reveals that technological progress doesn't follow a predictable linear path. Instead, it skyrockets exponentially, doubling in each interval. Think of it as a roller coaster ride through the stratosphere of innovation. And guess what? Ray Kurzweil's predictions have already hit the bullseye multiple times. From the explosive growth of the internet to the mind-bending power of artificial intelligence, he has been eerily accurate. In the 2030s, Ray Kurzweil envisions a world where we connect our brains directly to cloud-based artificial intelligence through neural interfaces. Imagine having the power of AI seamlessly integrated into your very being, turning you into a superhuman capable of feats that were once the stuff of legends. Well, doesn't this technology sound familiar? Yes, that's what Neuralink is trying to build right now. But wait, there's more. Ray Kurzweil also envisions the widespread adoption of intelligent nanotechnology in the 2030s. This technology would allow us to manipulate matter at the molecular and atomic levels, revolutionizing sectors such as healthcare and manufacturing. Furthermore, he predicts the emergence of full immersion virtual reality, indistinguishable from physical reality, transforming entertainment and communication.
How he gonna do that without Terrence Howard's patent? Ooh, ooh, oh. Speaking of, y'all wanna go there? We was gonna go there anyway.
If you want to feel your energy levels skyrocket, you've got to try.
Yeah, don't be knowing what's going on in the back chat.
What business do you have coming in here talking about science and all that? You're an actor. You want to know what my first patent was? The entire AR, VR world was built off of my first patent that was abandoned because I paid $260,000 for the worldwide patent. But then my agents kept, my lawyers kept sending me these maintenance fees and annuities. And I'm like, these folks are just trying to shake me down. I'm not going to pay this. Well, a year later, if you pull up my World of Windows patent, I think it's one of the first patents up there. I want you to see where your AR, VR world came from. And you look at the list of companies that has cited, and didn't just cite it, they built their entire AR, VR world off of my World of Windows patent. Can you pull that up, Jamie? Of the computer. Yeah, it's the very, not that one. Not that one, not that one. Yeah, that's the propulsion patent. No. That's all you have, huh? Really? If you can go to Terry's linchpin, I'll show you on here. This is what this is what we put together for.
Is that online?
This is online.
Text me that link and I'll just send it to him.
Yeah.
You got it?
You got it.
Okay.
So merging virtual reality. It says merging virtual reality with reality. Go down. Patents and files, the very first one. Tap on that. So you go look over to, you'll see my name, inventor, Terrence Deshaun Howard. Worldwide application, and let's just read the abstract just so they'll
System and method for merging virtual reality and reality. Scroll it so I can see it. To provide an enhanced sensory experience. A system and method of merging virtual reality sensory detail from a remote site into a room environment at a local site. The system preferably includes at least one image server, a plurality of image collection devices, a display system comprising display devices, a control unit, digital processor, and a viewer position detector. The control unit preferably receives the viewer position information and transmits instructions to the digital processor. The digital processor preferably processes source data representing an aggregated field of view from the image capturing devices in accordance with the instructions received from the control unit, and outputs the refined data representing a desired display view to be displayed on one or more display devices wherein the viewer position detector dynamically determines the position of the viewer in the room environment and changes the desired display view corresponding to position changes of the viewer.
Now you see
this is all you.
Yeah, this is look at the inventor. Go up a little bit and slide over. It says Terrence Deshaun Howard.
Yeah.
Worldwide patent 2010. It was abandoned. Now go to site.
It was abandoned, but cited 31 times. That's their way of stealing, y'all. So explain to me again how Elon Musk is going to build that thing that he said was so cool and new and inventive and interactive environment. But this man is talking about it right here, and he's the owner of it right here. And it's been in existence since 2010. Actually, I think 2009 was the first time he had even attempted it. So please explain to this Scotswoman, because I'm in McGowan. Okay. Explain to me how he gonna do that without acknowledging this man. So even with the current conversation going on right now, and they just made a whole announcement about XAI yesterday and all the stuff that it's gonna do and whatever else, and we still not acknowledging this man.
Cited by. You see that 131 cited by? Tap on there. It's right under where it says abandoned. Yep, patent
Cited by 31.
Cited by 31. It's to the right. Yep, right there. Tap on there and look at all the companies. And if you look at the patent,
I'm gonna read it for you. Avaya, Microsoft, Amazon, Hewlett Packard.
These companies have all earned, they have multi-billion-dollar companies they've built off of my patents. Just roll through.
Sony, Microsoft, Amazon,
Hewlett Packard.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
This is crazy.
IBM, and it's still making money. This patent has earned over $7 trillion.
And you didn't get a piece.
And I haven't gotten a penny of it. When they did all of the
Run me my money.
Black Lives.
Run me my money. Run me my money. Run me my bag. Which way? I'm gonna treat you like Riley treated Santa. You gonna pay me what you owe me. Okay? Run me my money. I'm gonna treat you like Stewie did Brian. Where's my money, man? Where's my money? Anything that starts with a B or a T should be illegal to utter into the sunlight.
Lives Matter, like Raytheon Company. And IBM, if you
crazy.
And it still has another 9 years. Another 8 years in which I would be making money off of it. But what they didn't know is they didn't understand is how it was really supposed to work. So
and none of them do, and it's so funny. It's so funny. It's so hilarious, y'all. They don't know how it's supposed to actually work. So when Elon said this thing of, oh yeah, it's gonna do this, that's how his original design was supposed to work. They ain't figured that out, him included. But don't want to give the man his due credit and just support the man in his ventures and journey, because at the end of the day, once this person is well funded, he's then dangerous, right? Why? Because he could actually conceive things, critically think, is creative, is smart, and taps into higher consciousnesses. Naturally, drug free, versus where they have to go under all types of influences to try and tap in. This man did. So get a man his due credit and y'all can get the thing y'all want. Simple as that.
they've just been taking this gun and been using it as a bat. And if they wanted to know, I could show them how it really, really works. But this is proof that my stuff
is legit.
Is legit.
So let me ask you this before we stray away from this too much. The concept of gravity. So if it's all electricity that's causing these forces and it's all outside in, when the Saturn V rocket is escaping Earth's atmosphere, what is it fighting against?
What that's fighting against is the rotation. Remember, there's a centripetal spin that's taking place with the Earth.
Right.
And there's an electrical field that's generated from that. That's that centripetal spin that holds things inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's fighting against. That's that electric field.
And we're calling it gravity.
We're calling it gravity. But gravity is just the effect of the electric field, and the electric field is balanced by the radiative field.
And the more mass something has, the more it gets pulled.
The greater electric potential it has. You know,
so the more
the tighter the
something
waves
is, the
are.
heavier it is.
The waves are tighter.
Yes.
Electricity can now, it doesn't have to jump over anything. And as I showed you with some of the pieces, as long as they're close together, then you don't have the magnetic field that forms, that discharge, because they're able to stay northeasternly in their direction. They're not forced to go southwesternly and spin out. Either you're spinning to the right or spinning to the left. It does the only two directions in the universe. Spinning to the right is northeastern, that's electric. If it's spinning to the left, it's magnetic and it's expanding out. It contracts in fifths and expands in sixes. And so now what I would love to do is invite Neil deGrasse and David Tong, or any astrophysicist, any chemist, anyone in any field of science, to sit down with me and examine these patents, examine the supersymmetrical systems that I've developed.
If you're right, so many people are wrong.
Everyone's wrong. Oh, but the universe backs me up. And I have the proof of it. You have all these physicists that's saying something different, but none of them have 97 patents. None of them have introduced a new form of flight with unlimited midair bonding. None of them have discovered 4 supersymmetrical systems. This is what we've done. This is what the collective is able to do when you put yourself into the divine space.
And that's just how I go. Almost kind of like this crypto appearing in September 2021, not too long after that announcement from Elon. Hmm. How do we know this isn't theirs? How do we know there wasn't a back deal set up somewhere? How do we know that this isn't a part of a protocol or a layer? In fact, that's exactly what it is. A protocol. Tailored for traditional gamers' abstract Web3 interaction on the back end. Game developers benefit from the large contract limits while enjoying fast and cost-effective transactions similar to other Arbitrum chains. How do we know? Explain. Because, I mean, I'm just, the timing is timing for me. I hit 5 years. I'm looking, I'm thinking maybe he did a little something, I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Could be. Because I'm not the only one who thinks that. Just throw it out there. But if you're wondering what crypto or stocks you can invest in that's related to AI, here's my list. Take a screenshot, pause it, all that good stuff. Everybody's been asking me on TikTok, so I figured I'd go ahead and throw it out to you guys here while I'm broadcasting live today before we transition over to consensus mechanisms. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor at all. I don't endorse any of these products at all, and it's all for educational purposes, and I hope you are enjoying the broadcast. Now, moving on. When Eli and the other founders can speak this strongly about these products, they've been working on it for years. They've been telling us, and then we just don't listen. Elon Musk told us when he was like in his 20s that I'm going to start a bank. And whenever I do, it's going to be revolutionary. And no one paid him any attention. Why? Because he was his 20-something that didn't know what he was talking about and doesn't have any stake in that. And I don't know why we would be listening to you, trust fund baby. Right? Y'all should have been paying attention because it's staring you in your face. It's right here. It's now known as X because it's exactly what he said he was going to do in his youth. And I'm just prove me wrong. Where did he lie at? Because it's here. Now, if you see him buy a platform and he's turning it into a thing called X, the same thing that he referenced years ago that he was going to make a bank and it's going to be called this and it's going to do this, it's going to do that, and it's going to have something to do with digital currencies. Right? And we see them trying so hard to stop him from getting it. Maybe they knew exactly what it was that he was going to do with that information. That is what I believe firmly. So, we got to tell these people no, man. You know what? I'm trying not to yell. I'm trying not to be upset. Okay. I don't know how else to say it. I'm trying not to be upset right now. Okay. The reason why is because how many times have we been affected by products that literally harm us or kill us? And then all they say later when we put them out in front about it is, oh, well, we didn't know about that. We should do something about that. And it's just kind of tiring of seeing that happen on repeat, So that's me trying to be passionate about the topic, but not like be overbearing about the topic, I guess you would say. I don't know. It's a thing that bothers me. I don't know. Let me get the consensus mechanism stuff up for you all. Hold on. Let me. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and let this play a little bit. Check for comments. You guys are awesome.
I just wanna call you what I want. I know we moved on, but I never moved on. So I tried all night, but still the truth is none of these streets lead back to you. So I tried all night, but still the truth is none of these streets lead back to you. Yeah, I tried all night, but still the truth is none of these streets lead back to you.
All right, I'm cracking this vault open for y'all. Hold on. It's not what I was looking for, Google. Where's my thingy? Oh, here we go. All right. Proof of burn. This is a consensus mechanism that's used in crypto. Have you ever heard of any of these? Proof of burn, proof of work. But burn destroys some of the cryptocurrency in order to prove that they have a stake in the network. That's what the burn is. The more cryptocurrency that you burn, the more likely they are to be chosen to create the next block and receive a reward. This is how miners make money. One of the main purposes of POB is to reduce the inflation of a cryptocurrency by limiting the supply of new coins. When users burn their coins, they remove those coins from the circulation, which helps reduce the overall supply. This helps maintain the value of the crypto and prevent it from becoming too diluted. There are a few different things, though, you can do with POB. Participate in the network. If you own the crypto that uses POB and its mechanism, you can participate in the network by burning some of the coins. I've done it so many times, I can't even joke. Like, I've just had stuff that people airdrop me and then I just burn it. Just to give you a chance to earn rewards for creating new blocks and contributing to the network, though. Help reduce the inflation. Okay. This is why the Bitcoin halving happens. It's not quite a burning, but they use the same mechanism essentially by having a halving, which halves down the amount of clock and computing power that's used and then thus earned to help make and secure the network and make the currency. It's a whole thing. So burning was kind of like the the shadow of halving. And it's not widely used yet, but it's useful for certain projects that needed some type of mechanism protocol in place. Okay, hear me out. Consensus mechanisms are algorithms used in cryptocurrencies to ensure the integrity and security of the blockchain. These mechanisms are used to verify and validate transactions and to ensure the blockchain remains secure and tamper proof. The different consensus mechanisms can be used for different purposes, though. Now, look, I'm going to throw you up some. Proof of work. This is the main one that everyone knows about that's like, heard anything blockchain, DeFi, crypto related. It's the most widely used. Like in Bitcoin and Ethereum, the miners compete to solve complex mathematical problems, and the first one to solve it gets awarded that block and the reward. In proof of stake, the creator of a new block is chosen based on their stake in the cryptocurrency. And then you have delegated proof of stake, proof of authority, proof of importance. Less common than that is proof of burn. Okay, so that's really not widely used. Then you have proof of capacity, proof of space, POA, which is the proof of activity, and a lot of people adopted this and made POAPs. Proof of correct execution, POCE, proof of anonymity, proof of existence, proof of asset, proof of evidence, proof of trusted execution, proof of space-time. Yeah. Proof of erasure. It goes on and on and on and on, guys. In my book, I have all of these broken down. Anybody who's in Fire Army, you get this access, this information free. Anybody else that wants to just support and have access to the information, you can also buy it on Amazon. The reason why I'm talking about it today is because if you know how those mechanisms work behind that project or that currency, then you know what to expect for that project or currency to do. You know what functions to look for, right? And the reason I'm bringing all of that up is because there are just certain protocols that are just not that great. Here's an example for anybody who knows a little bit about IoT, phones, and AOL. Okay. If you were an early internet user, you were there when internet had to go through its security protocol curve. Two things happened. IPv4 addresses were running out. And they needed to come up with a different security protocol for people to log in and access their information securely without leaving open all types of abilities for tunneling and everything else for malicious attacks. This is why there was such a heavy problem when the internet first got here with attacks and hacking. It was because there just wasn't that many great protocols set up. And the reason why, a lot of people may never know. I know. I'll tell you later. But the reason why mainly is because of how we were using the different crypto algorithms for the security. There are certain crypto algorithms that we were just used to using and then started building new industries and using that without considering the fact that we needed to adopt them and make something different. WEP being an example. WEP, that's right, WEP. You know how you go log into your Wi-Fi and it asks you, hey, what type of security password thing is it that you got associated with this? Is it a WEP? WEP2? WPA? It asks you all these questions and then you click the thing and then you put your password in. But none of you ever click WEP. Why? Because it's been phased out. It was phased out for a reason. There is an entire security protocol known as WEP that was in place as an early phase in for security protocols, a band aid, if you will, while the industry decided to come up with different protocols for security mechanisms. Until then, all you have was web. Fast forward 2019, there's a cryptocurrency group called Hex, and they're explaining all this great stuff and da 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 da. It's web. Okay, mystery solved. Boom. It's web. It's a reason the protocol was phased out. It's because it would run into its own redundancies, aka it reuse certain crypto hashes multiple times because there was only actually so many combinations available in web. You were going to run into the inevitability of running into the same information, data, output, however you want to put that. You're going to run back into it at some point. There's only so many revolutions under the sun. That was a problem with web. Users and passwords and usernames would run into each other cataclysmically, and the system would just keep functioning like that wasn't a problem. That was a major problem because that's an exploit. So learning what the different consensus mechanisms is in cryptography will help you know the different consensus mechanisms in cryptocurrencies, because all of the smart contracts use a consensus mechanism. Those protocols are set up for a reason on how they execute. So before you invest your money, you'll know if it's even worth investing in based on the consensus mechanism protocol. And I feel like that's something that everybody should consider. So, if you want a copy of this, hit me up, DM me, chat me, whatever it is, or make sure you just join Fire Army. And when I say join Fire Army, guys, remember, there's no charges, there's no memberships and all that great stuff. I'm just saying join Fire Army in our pursuit of educational and pedagogy that you want to teach yourself blockchain, computer skills, AI, Gen AI, any of these things that's coming in this new industry on your own for free. You want the ability to do that? That's what Fire Army is here for. So you can hit us up in our Discord and get all the free info. You can hit me on Twitter, whatever you need to do. We got stuff out here free for you guys, all online, everywhere, period. It's just about getting the information and taking the time to teach yourself so that you can pick up a new talent, skill, or skill yourself up in your career. Point is, don't get left behind. And with that being said, I take digital literacy as a very serious thing because Web3 is coming and we still have people struggling in Web2. Just saying. It's food for thought, right? Let me get you a good video back up. I appreciate y'all being here. I wish y'all would let me know what's going on a little bit more. Y'all be so quiet. That's okay. I know y'all learning. So, where is when Google Drive doesn't want to work? Let me tell you. I feel like I have a video that I narrated all of this in, but I can't find it. I've got all my TikTok videos, but they don't have narration on them. I don't know why that's happening to me today. Of course, I want to give y'all some info. Nothing wants to work because it's Tour of Tuesday, so it's kind of what I expect to happen because it's Tuesday. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm really trying to get the video up and it just doesn't want to work. Dang it. Let me try one more time. So sorry. You know me, I normally don't like having lags. Is that a thing? It's like, ew. It's like, ew, girl, no dead air, girl, ew. Ew, dead air, ew. Dead air, girly, ew. Hold on. I got you. So this, I believe, has this explains the consensus mechanism. So give this a listen. I apologize, I can't get the visual up, but this definitely goes a little.
By the end of this course, you will have a strong foundation in smart contract development and be ready to build decentralized applications. Introduction to smart contracts. Smart contracts have emerged as a groundbreaking technology within the realm of blockchain. These self executing contracts, with the terms of agreement written into lines of code, have the potential to revolutionize various industries, such as finance, supply chain, real estate, and many more. In this topic, we will dive into the fascinating world of smart contracts, exploring their definition, characteristics, benefits, and use cases. What are smart contracts? At its core, a smart contract is a computer program that enables the automatic execution of predefined actions when specific conditions are met. Unlike traditional contracts written in natural language, smart contracts are written in programming languages, primarily using the Solidity programming language in the case of Ethereum. These contracts are executed on a decentralized network, such as a blockchain, enabling trustless and transparent transactions without the need for intermediaries. Characteristics of smart contracts. Smart contracts possess several notable characteristics that differentiate them from traditional contracts. Number one, autonomy. Smart contracts are self executing, meaning they operate without human intervention once deployed on the blockchain.
With the protocol.
Two, security. The impenetrable nature of blockchain ensures that security and immutability of smart contracts, guaranteeing that the agreed upon terms are irrevocable. Three, efficiency. Smart contracts automate processes that were previously manual, streamlining options and operations and reducing administrative overhead. Four, decentralization. By operating on a decentralized network, smart contracts eliminate the need for intermediaries, enabling trust between parties even if they lack prior relationships. Benefits of smart contracts. Smart contracts offer numerous benefits over traditional contracts, leading to their growing popularity. Some of the key advantages include 1. Trust. As smart contracts execute automatically on a decentralized network, transparency and immutability foster trust among counterparties. 2. Speed. Due to their automated nature, smart contracts eliminate the delays associated with manual processing, enabling near instantaneous execution. 3. Cost efficiency. With smart contracts removing intermediaries from the equation, costs associated with middlemen are significantly reduced. 4. Accuracy. Smart contracts are coded precisely according to the agreed upon terms, eliminating the possibility of errors or omissions. Use cases of smart contracts. The applications of smart contracts are vast and diverse, capable of transforming various industries. Some notable use cases include 1. Financial sector. Smart contracts can facilitate direct peer to peer transactions, enabling secure and fast remittance, lending, insurance, and decentralized exchanges.
Every time you swipe your MasterCard, you are using that. Every time. You just didn't know that. They have a specific protocol they're using for autonomous executions. You've been getting tracked on blockchain for a minute. You didn't know that. Just keep a pin in that for me.
2. Supply chain management. By tracking and verifying every step in the supply chain process, smart contracts enhance transparency, reduce fraud, and optimize logistics. 3. Real estate. Smart contracts can streamline property transfers, automate rent payments, and facilitate fractional ownership of real estate. And 4. Digital rights management. Artists and creators can ensure fair compensation through smart contracts that automatically distribute royalties based on predetermined rules. So, in conclusion, smart contracts offer a groundbreaking solution for automating and securing transactions on the blockchain. By enhancing trust, efficiency, and accuracy while reducing cost, smart contracts have the potential to revolutionize numerous industries. And understanding their characteristics, benefits, and use cases is essential for anyone seeking to harness the power of this disruptive technology.
Now, peep this. You ready? Look at here. Look at here. Because we're at the end of the broadcast, but you know I'm not gonna leave you just hanging. Because it's not what your girl does. Never do that. Now, I want you to know something. You never saw my book before. You weren't here getting this free info. Don't feel bad. You wanna know why? Because I've been saying it for 4 years. Okay? You never seen my book? There it is. 90 pages of glory. Teach you everything. But to walk it like I talk it, I wrote this book 3 years ago. And I published it in 2. It's been here. I've sold 5 copies of this. And I didn't even want to sell it. I just was tired of coming on live broadcast talking to myself. Reading this. Reading here. I'm going to show you because y'all don't know how much y'all helped me. I spent so many days on Twitter, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Pinterest, on TikTok alone, talking to myself for 4 years. And I've been trying to tell y'all for 4 years what it is, what's coming, what they got planned. Somebody who spent time in the back chat. I spent 4 years talking to myself. Do you see this? This is my classes I had set up for anybody who was interested in the stuff that I was talking about and they wanted to learn and they want to teach themselves. See these dates? See this? Mm-hmm. 4 years. And you still early. 4 years and you still early. Understand what I'm saying? You still ahead of the curve. So don't get left behind this time. Don't get left behind. All the stuff you could teach yourself. You see this? I had a streamline for y'all. So all you had to do was come in here, click on whatever it was, and then y'all could teach yourself everything it is. And I had it broken down by week, okay? Like you can't go wrong. I broke out the topics for you. I put assignments with it, the actual things that just related to that. So it's not overwhelming. So everything is in micro doses. You can come and take your time. Because I do have that much information for y'all. It's not a joke. See that? See how I got that broke up? I got articles and everything else I published. Think I'm lying? Look at this. Here you go. Here's another example right here. See this? Here's the medium. Here's the medium. It's been here for years. I got 8 followers. I got 8 people getting that information. 8. And I don't even care that it's only 8. I care that they're taking the information and they're actually using it. And they're actually doing something with it. And they're actually teaching themselves and they're skilling themselves up to get out of this mess before the mess starts. I do care about that. See that? I got 50 claps. Woohoo! Look, the point is, I've been saying it for a minute. You want to read some articles? Here they go. This is version 2 of me doing stuff. This is me coming on mainstream. This is me coming out of Reddit, coming out of Discord, coming out of the back chat channels and the Telegram groups from all of the other projects that I was involved in the DeFi space, and coming mainstream on Twitter, coming mainstream on Clubhouse, coming mainstream on Pinterest, on Medium, on YouTube, on TikTok, to where you can now hear my voice. So when I say thank you, I mean it, because I got the juice for you. It's right here. I got a whole class set up for y'all to just do it on your own, whatever, free of charge. It's just sitting there. Because as I said all the time, before I move on into my next stage, because I've been doing so much of that work, because I've been doing so much with the building, because I've been doing so much with my spiritual work, just inside, being patient, being ready, make sure I'm aligned for when the time calls. I don't want to leave this information behind. I don't want to leave y'all behind. Thus the army. Y'all the army. Together, many hands can make something. And now y'all see what it is we need to fight against. These people are making these rules for us. Y'all make the rules yourselves if y'all know how to equip yourselves with artillery. Digital artillery. That's just it. That's what it is. You down? You want to do that? Let's go. You want to do hackathons? Let's go. You want to do bug bounties? Let's go. Look, here you go. I'm gonna show you one more thing. I had this set up for everybody that's in Fire Army. Okay. Because the point of Fire Army is fund your retirement early. It has to be something that you want to do to make money from, that you don't know how to do it. And you said, oh man, I wish I had a mentor that showed me how. I'm right here. But y'all don't come to boot camp. Y'all not here. I didn't see y'all for a minute. So it became discouraging, right? But it's the idea that anything anybody wanted to know, blockchain related, cloud related, small business, federal grants, books, how to start a shoe line, how to start a clothing line, how to start your Etsy. I did all of that stuff and then just wrote down what I did and just left it. So someone out there had access to it. Because the way I operate, I do it, I get my comprehension, I'm done. Because at that point I'm about to speed up and accelerate into whatever it is, new skill, whatever new thing. I just focused on whatever it is. I get around my curves very quickly. But the way that I was learning and I would see other people struggle, I was like, well, I don't necessarily want to leave my people behind. Because then they coming out later saying, oh man, that's so cool, you published a book. How'd you do that? And I'm like, well, hell, if I figured it out, y'all figured it out. But actually, people can't, because people aren't able to streamline processes and methodologies that easily for themselves. But if you're a person like me that's great at project management, then okay, if you see a need, fill it. If I know that that's my strong suit and I feel like that's the only difference it's going to take between your success and your failure, then why wouldn't I want to do that and help you and give it to you for free so we can even lower the entry barrier and then you're able to do whatever it is you're doing, right? That's how I feel. That's how I felt. And I'm going to keep feeling that way. So one last thing, just so you can see I walk it like I talk it. I'm not joking. It's not a thing I do for play. Good morning, Victoria. Hi, Diane. You see this? You see this on the left side of my screen? See where it says government contracting? See this where it say read me? And it's got instructions. So for people who were interested in doing it, and you see I had some people, they would come here, they would get everything. Everything right here. Had a little video, all of that. But then I associated actual tickets and systems for you guys. Here's open grants that I was sourcing every week. Here's solicitations I was putting up in here every week for things I was finding. Fire Army actually has NICE codes. We have NAICS codes, guys. We're federally set up. So that was the point of people who don't have the ability to do that. You can come with us and do that. If something's going on with you, you feel like I can't do it. I got credit issues. I got skill issues. I got this and that. I don't have an address. Okay, well, those are entry barriers that we can reduce if we're working together collectively and we're working under an entity, babes. Because then if that's what the contract you want, you want to do it and you're going to execute it, and it's five of you that, oh yeah, we want to help Rick with that, then okay, then I will go in here and I will fill it out for you. And y'all can go and y'all can win that bid, and then y'all can go run that money. That's what I set up, and no one came. All of it. Real estate, all these are all federal contracts. These are all contracts that I would come in here weekly, throw in here for people to just come, get, grab, work on, and work on a request themselves, know about site, whatever it was, guys. All the editorial content you just saw me do, I did all of this on my own. And then I started inviting people because I just set everything up. I did it and I kept up with it. And that's how I grew Fire Army in the 4 out of 7 years that I have now been public. You wanted to learn affiliate marketing? I had all of that stuff right here for people to come in here, learn how to do it on their own, train themselves, and go. See all these names right here? Binance, Namecheap, SSL, Ledger, NatureCan, Streams, Canvas, Gumi, FX Pro. I think Timu was even on here at one point in time. Impact, Cook Unity, Innovative Extracts, CoinSmarts. These are all of our affiliates of Fire Army. So that meant if you was a person who wanted to learn how to do affiliate marketing, right? And you said, Jay, teach me how to do it. And then I give you the rundown right here. Here's your stuff. Here's your stuff that you read, your videos, whatever it is. And then you say, okay, well, I'm ready to do it. I want to start marketing one of our affiliates. Okay, well, pick one. Pick one, pick a contract, pick the percentage that you like, and then you and I have a convo about, hey, you're going to use the team page. Here's the tools. Here's whatever. You go out there, you do that. Da 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 da. Here's the cut. Give us 5%. Give us 3% kickback, please, because we're letting you use stuff. That 3% kickback goes into the pot, though. That goes into the pot that we use to pay other people in Fire Army. That kickback goes into securing larger projects. That kickback goes into paying for certain tools and platforms that we use. It's a 360 ecosystem. Because you can't tell me there's not 100 of you out there that want to do something. You want to try to figure out how to do a creative digital media company? Great. I had a whole workflow set up on that because it takes time to build content. I should know. So I made sure to keep my methods here preserved as to how I did these things so that people could follow up behind me and do it. I even had onboarding stuff where team members would come in. So you could just streamline, take your time, get everything done and whatever else it is, and you be good. You want to do bug bindings? I had that set up for you too. You want to learn how to do social media stuff? I had that set up for you too. Why would you go pay $15,000 to go to college for somebody to tell you all these things just to fail you? When you could do this yourself. I don't understand. So when I say fund your retirement early, this is what I mean. Because there has to be something out of this that you could do to set it up for yourself and then create a passive income from it. It's about setting it up. It's about doing it. It's about dedicating. It's about getting around the learning curve. It's about having a support system and a team for somebody to be behind you and have your back. And you got that with me. And with that, I yield the floor. I hope you've had a beautiful day listening to me, learning some things, and I'm going to close out the broadcast with the second half of our smart contract conversation. So you guys can understand a little bit more in depth of how consensus mechanisms, when it meets security algorithms, runs in a protocol. And boom, okay? Man, y'all are awesome and amazing. All right, and here's the second part of that. And enjoy.
Programming languages and tools for smart contract development. Smart contracts are self-executing agreements that are written in code and run on a blockchain. To develop smart contracts, developers need to use specific programming languages and tools. In this topic, we will explore the programming languages commonly used for smart contract development and the tools that facilitate the process. Programming languages. Solidity. Solidity is the most popular programming language used for smart contract development. It was developed specifically for Ethereum, one of the most widely used blockchain platforms. Solidity is a statically typed language with similar syntax to JavaScript and is designed to write smart contracts for decentralized apps. DApps. It offers features like inheritance, libraries, and user defined types. Solidity code is compiled into bytecode that can be executed on the Ethereum Virtual Machine, EVM. Viper is another programming language designed for Ethereum smart contracts. It aims to enhance security and simplicity compared to Solidity. Viper has a Python like syntax and focuses on making the smart contract code more readable and less prone to vulnerabilities. It restricts certain features present in other languages to avoid complex operations and potential risks. Move. Move is a programming language developed by Facebook's Libra Association for the Libra blockchain. It is designed specifically for creating smart contracts and ensures their safety and efficiency. Move provides a resource oriented programming approach where resources are predefined assets like tokens. It aims to prevent common smart contract vulnerabilities like reentry and has a static type system for added security. Other languages. While Solidity, Viper, and Move are some of the most popular languages for smart contract development, developers can also use other languages. For example, Ethereum supports languages like Serpent, similar to Python, and LLL, low level Lisp like language. Additionally, developers can use general purpose like languages like Rust, Python, or JavaScript to create smart contracts by leveraging specific libraries and frameworks. Let's talk about a few tools. Truffle. Truffle is a popular development framework used for Ethereum smart contracts. It provides a suite of tools that makes it easier to create, test, and deploy smart contracts. Truffle enables developers to write contracts in Solidity or Viper and provides built in support for automated testing, debugging, and deployment. It also integrates with the Ganache development blockchain, facilitating local development and testing. Remix. Remix is an online integrated development environment, IDE, specifically designed for smart contract development. It supports multiple programming languages like Solidity, Viper, and Serpent. Remix provides a user friendly interface to write, compile, and deploy smart contracts. It includes features like coding highlighting, syntax checking, and a built in debugger. Remix also allows developers to easily interact with deployed contracts for testing purposes. Ganache. Ganache is a personal blockchain network provided by Truffle. It enables developers to create a local development environment where they can deploy and test smart contracts without interacting with the live blockchain network. Ganache provides a suite of features like contract and transaction visualization, in memory blockchain, and account management. It allows developers to simulate various scenarios and debug their smart contracts before deploying them to the main network. Web3.js. Web3.js is a JavaScript library that allows developers to interact with Ethereum and other blockchain networks. It provides a set of functions to connect to a blockchain, send transactions, and call smart contract methods. Web3.js simplifies the process of integrating smart contracts into decentralized applications by providing an easy to use interface for interacting with the blockchain.
So if they got all of them tools, Jade, why did I hear that there was $35 million in crypto stolen from this one thing? It's because of the protocol that they were using. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
In summary, programming languages and tools for smart contract development provided learners with an overview of the different programming languages and tools used in the development of smart contracts. This covers popular languages like Solidity, Viper, as well as tools and framework like Truffle and Remix. By gaining knowledge and proficiency in these languages and tools, learners will have the necessary skills to write, test, and deploy their own smart contracts effectively. Next up, Ethereum blockchain and smart contract development.
And that's where I'm going to stop that. Here's why I'm bringing that summary up. If you see everyone is using Solidity and Viper to make all of their projects, to make their cryptocurrencies, and all of these cryptocurrencies are consistently being rugged, right? Being stolen from, being hacked, then why would you keep using it? Oh, well, that's the industry standard. Said who? How is there an industry standard for something that is currently being developed, known as Web3? It's currently being developed. It's not here. It's in development. So how is there an industry standard? There is not one. There ain't one. Don't let anyone tell you a lie that there's an industry standard for this. It's not. Because if it was, then why are there so many different consensus mechanism protocols? Yeah. So when you take the time, and I wish I had time. It takes hours to get into this info. It does. I've had days, so many days where I've gone over it and there's just like, not too many people or just one person or nobody, but it's out there. Okay. The reason I'm saying is because it takes time to delve into why that matters so much. And again, I can't stress it enough. The biggest red flag that you can look into as a user is to know what consensus mechanism protocol is sitting on top of. The protocol itself is helping the smart contracts with its self-execution and autonomy. So if they do not have a security protocol set up in there properly, then your information could be exploited. Your money can be stolen. Project might be rugged, so forth and so on. So why not take a defensive strategy by learning as much as you can before you decide to invest? Why not learn as much as you need to before you decide to build so that you don't catch yourself constantly rebuilding to keep up, having to change scopes with the industry standards? What standards? Why are we saying there's a standard for something when we just saw, I don't know how many criminals come into this space and steal things and then leave? The only standard is you. In Web3, that's the reality. But unless you take that responsibility of believing that you're this innovator, creator, and leader, then you may think that what you have is folly and flawed. It's not. This initial boom that we all saw 2019 to 2022 was criminals booming the boon. I'll say it again. It was criminals, guys, setting the standards. It was criminals setting the techniques. It was criminals staging the floor, telling you what this thing was and what you can do with it and how it's supposed to work. No, that's how it worked for them so that they could continue to steal. There was an entire university set up to teach you how to set up your project to rug pool. And the celebrities were using it without actually having the knowledge that they were creating scams. And that happened live right here on Twitter. You don't believe me? Go look. If you were here in these digital streets, you would have seen the fighting. It was a bloodbath out there, you guys. There were medics everywhere. We lost a few people, lost some good ones. But we learned enough that year to know not to repeat this mistake twice. We learned enough that year to know we need to set up some type of training to avoid this from happening again. The people who actually cared. And I'm so glad you found me. So I appreciate you and I thank you so much. And I hope you guys follow me on YouTube. All the videos, the podcasts and stuff are on there for you guys to listen to. You guys want to get in the Google Classrooms that got set up? Hit me up. You guys need any of the free books or whatever? Hit me up. You guys know I have videos all on TikTok and wherever else. We've got a LinkedIn profile if that's your jam. You want to be corporate with it? I don't blame you. We got some professional stuff over there too for you to cite and look at. Go for it. Find us, Fire Army, everywhere. FYREARMY. This is Matron Jade. I appreciate you guys so much today on this Toe Up Tuesday. Okay? Because it's toe up. Started off toe up. It ain't going to end toe up. Because we out here on the glow up. Have a good one, y'all. Hit me up with the questions in the chat. Y'all need to let me know what y'all want to learn. Y'all know I'm down to teach. Let's go. You want some more AI? Let me know. Otherwise, let's have a great endless summer.
I don't even care where we go. It's far away from here. I'll come with you.
Faked our deaths, lit a match, closed the door, waited for the flash. Greyhound station, paid in cash. It's Lazarus, we coming back. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We've been in this town for far too long. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We're moving on, we're moving on, we're moving on. No regret. First chance, last dance, stuck in the middle, even that goes no good love. It tastes so sweet, it hurts a little. Make our home where we stand. One suitcase and half a plan. Follow the wolves and sing along. Pass the voices to the song. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We've been in this town for far too long. They say it's